Greetings, Malavanarian, Civilized Supermanium. Station Master is what's green, and I am mad. And if you think I am mad, you should see Steven. It's Steven here. Hey Manny, did you say I was mad? Me mad? It's like something out of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, isn't it, eh? Eh? It is. Anyway, so this is part 18, and at West Green. Man, he's gone to make me a cup of tea. It's nice, isn't it, eh? Lovely. So, what am I up to? I'll show you. So, what I've got, this is not sitting on there, probably I'll just put it on there. I've got the chassis running as a basic 060 with the coupling rods, connecting rods, cylinders, and the valve gear, which will fit onto the top of the expansion link and go through to the, what do I call it, the expansion link. Yeah, what did I say? Combination lever. There's a rod goes through to an expansion link, which the rod will move up and down, and with this crank here, it will move to and fro, and this can be in either forward gear or reverse gear. So let's have just a look at a picture. I'm sure most of you know about it. So this is the instructions from a DJH. There's a picture. So what we've got here, that's the expansion link. This is a 3-part sandwich, and basically that's the eccentric rod, and that goes to the crank, and that will rock backwards and forwards. And depending where this is, it will move this valve spindle in and out to operate the valves to put steam in one end or the other. So that's what I've got to do. Now, most models, certainly in 00 ready to run, I don't know of any what come with an operating, the actual valve gear doesn't operate. They model it in what's called mid-gear or neutral, I suppose. So it's neither going backwards or forwards. So let's have a look, see if I can get this. Oh, let's get that out. Sorry. I've made this up, but it's not soldered. I've just put it in. Basically, this is a 3-part sandwich. I'm just putting it in the clip to hold it together. This rod can move up and down, and how it does it, here's one to the other side. It's got a 1.6mm piece of brass wire, so that can move up and down. The actuator arm for the reverse lifts this up into the middle or down. So that is... Oh, nothing ever goes right on my videos, do they? Come on, focus. Oh, let's get out of it. That's better. So that's what I am about to do. You can't say my videos are very polished, can you? Unlike my head. Anyway, I've got to laugh. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to put one of these together. It's going to take a bit of time because you don't want to gum it up with solder, and I tried putting one together before and I didn't do a very good job, so I pulled it all apart, and this time I'm going to take a lot more care and get it right. So we'll carry on. Welcome back to West Green, Down Under, and the saga that Steve goes through. Here's some of my unfinished projects. Haven't put the interior in it. Haven't finished these Grizzly quad arts, and I've got another set to build. This is finished, kind of. I've got to redo the pickups. This is an AC one. What can I say about that? It nearly went over the Sydney Harbour Bridge, I'm telling you now. Never again. Never an ace kit. Ever. Ever. But, hello Rubes. Say hello Ruby. Station Master's dog. Anyway, so, what's been going on? Well, sorry about my camera, hold on. I do try and make things as best I can, and as you know I'm building this B1. So, it took me about 2.5, 3 hours yesterday to build up the motion bracket. That's the motion bracket. And these are quite difficult. It's a the middle piece has a pin goes through it that holds it in the centre expansion link, and there's 2 parts on the outside, and somewhere here, hold on, where have I put it? There it is. So after putting that together, and it was moving up and down, I thought perfect, 2.5 hours well spent, or wherever it was. This end piece, which the lifting lever goes in for reverse, broke off. Probably because I bent it and a few things, and I was in the motion bracket. And anyway, Steve's mistake. Who doesn't make mistakes? Anyway, so I put a post on. Could I fix it? Maybe I can. But anyway, I'm not going to say whom, but I got a message last night from someone, a very, very well-known modeller in the O-Gauge fraternity. The person probably we all look up to is when you look at their locos and you think, how do they do it? The man is a freak, and there's a few of them on these Facebook sites who just build models where I think they're like the Beethoven of the genius of railway modelling or building locos. They are. Anyway, to this person, who I'm not going to mention the name, got a message offering, if I send him back the part, he'll make me up a new part. And I just want to say thank you to this person. I also want to mention it as a group post, because it just goes to show what type of people, the calibre of people people are, and how they're willing to help each other out. And I think that's very important. I learned a lot from these O-Gauge Facebook sites. See inspiration. I ask a lot of questions. I get answers. And seeing as I'm living in Australia, I find it very useful. So anyway, I just want to say thank you to this person. You know who you are. You would all know some of the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who do freaky build jobs and paint jobs. And I think, man, I'm flat out doing something in black with a rattle can. Anyway, that's it. So, yesterday morning, all was going absolutely spiffing, swimmingly, and whatever they talk about. So, I built this, up. Hang on. I built it up. It moves up and down. Oh, sorry. It moves up and down, which is what it should do. It moves up. Hang on. I can't do it with one hand, but that slides up and down. But after I put it in there, I went, where's the end bit gone? It snapped off. So I spent about 3 hours yesterday doing such a great job. Oh, love that clock. Only to make a mistake and wreck it. Oh look, it was a bit annoying. Is it the end of the world? No. Is there anything I can do about it right now? Well, not much. Unless I can fix it or something like that, I can't do anything about it. So, onwards and upwards, I'm working on this one. I can probably get it replaced or a new one cobbled up, or maybe even repaired. I've got the other side to do, so I'm not going to let that, I'm not going to let it, drag me down and want to chuck the kit in the back of the wardrobe for another 6 months. I'm going to continue on with the other side. So the aim, these are the 3 pieces. The aim is to put the valve rod that goes through the middle piece, and what holds it captive is a 1.6mm piece of wire or rod, whatever you call it, in that. Once I've got it in that, I've got to solder these ends and got to make sure that the solder doesn't run down there. I've got to make sure that that the radius rod slides up and down in there. No binding, anything like that. So I might have to do a bit of filing. But anyway, let's have a go. So I've got this is 1.6mm rod, and as you can see, this will do. It's just because it's caught a bit. That slides up and down in there. So what I've got to do is just solder both sides, and hopefully the solder won't go through and gum up the works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of oil on it to prevent it from slipping, or from sticking, I mean. So put some oil on it. I'm just going to put a bit of phosphoric acid flux. I don't know how I'm going to go with this. I've got to clean it up the end of the tip. So I've soldered it in. I had to do a bit of cleaning up, a bit of filing, and I put a bit of oil, but it moves up and down. Just got to make sure you don't gum it up with solder, which I kind of did, but I got it all out. So far, so good. Now, these are the outside pieces. I really need to file just a bit of metal so that when I put them together, it doesn't bind. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just file them down very slightly. Hey Rube, you coming to see what I've done? This is the end of part 18. Yes, I like it. Rotten dog. Meanwhile, in the booking hall at West Green, things have been happening on part 18. Haven't they, Rube? Rube, you want to say hello to everybody? Where's Mummy? Mummy's in hospital, isn't she? Hey, she'll be back. Then I'll be in trouble. So, what have I been doing? I built a motion bracket, and let's get me pen. So I built this, and that moves up and down. This 2mm rod will have a lifting link on it, so that can move up and down, so that it can put it in reverse gear or forward gear. It attaches to the combination gear, and the knee bone's connected to the hip bone and all that sort of crap. I think you get the drift, but I'll pull this off and show you what I've done. So it's very fiddly. So this rod, after I put the middle piece in, I soldered top and bottom to that. First of all, I had to put it in there each side and feed it in. I didn't bend that out. I put one side in, the other side, got it in the middle. I had to do a lot of filing to make sure that there was no binding on the radius rod with the expansion link. And it goes up and down quite nicely. So that'll be reverse gear, and that'll be forward gear, and as the return crank goes round, that moves in and out, and that pushes the combination lever, and this valve in and out. So that's it from part 18. I can't do the other side because I broke it, but anyway, I've carried on, so stay tuned for more exciting stuff. I'll get these on now, so that's the next thing I'm going to do. Plus I'll see what else I can do before I get the thing remedied.